What's going on, everybody? Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. What's going on? Come on up in here. We got some things to discuss. Candace, girl. I hope DHS, CIA, and DOJ all investigate your behind. You can't make this stuff up. I don't know anyone claiming to be such an American to make the post that she makes about anything being on the level of a 9/11 attack. Who says that crap? You can't make this up. So y'all get on in here. Let's talk about it. Everybody say hello to everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday, your Thanksgiving. I did. I had a good time. Hope you guys are getting ready for Christmas. It's just I know exactly existential. She's I just she's becoming more and more un-American as well. It's so ridiculous for her to be able to put up a post and the blame and assassination on the entire country of France because some French government, employee said, "Oh yeah, there's some payments coming from this club, that does nothing but eat and drink wine all day." Um, and then turn around and sit here and say some nonsense about a 9/11 level attack. You just, oh, let's not forget the claim of her saying she wants to go to Russia. Candace, go to Russia, girl. No one will stop you. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. What is this coming to? How y'all doing? Shout out to my moms. Shout out to all of you all in here. Shout out to the candy asses. They coming. Because, reasons. Oh, my God. No one can sit here and try to justify the stupid post she made. No one can justify that. It is a bad analogy. If she's joking, she still should be investigated either way. I can't make a threat like that and get away with it. Kash Patel, you're going to have to grow a spine, bro. You, CIA, DHS, y'all going to have to grow a spine. Candace Owens is only as scary as you make her. But the fact that she's going to sit here and post up a post about something being on the level of 9/11, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's a dumb analogy, Candace. And you're showing us all how much of a dingus and airhead you really are. And for you to say something like that makes no sense. Where is George at? When the hell is he going to tell her to shut up and make him a sandwich? You just can't make this up. Y'all, shout out to one of my LLC supporters, to the Lucksters, that sent me a video of this content creator I've never heard before. She just reminds me of my grandmother. And she just gave so much wisdom. We're going to check her out. We're going to check out this stupid post that's on Twitter X from Candace Amber Owens Farmer. Candace, why aren't you posting up the transactions from this so-called club that you claim has been making payments, I guess, in, the currency of a meal and a glass of wine over to have some alleged assassination from the Macrons against you because they're suing your ass because this message from that you've posted up on Twitter X is all the more reason why you should be sued. You say reckless things, you don't care, and then if something actually happens that's on the level of a 9/11 attack, guess who we are going to go to? We all going to look at you, Candace, because you're the only one putting stuff like that out there. That and our enemies. Only an enemy of the United States of America will post some dumb shit like that. Right? Why isn't she going to Russia again? Candace, just pack up. Do you need boxes? We'll send you boxes, girl. You and George, y'all rich as hell anyway. Y'all can afford crates. Go ahead and move to Russia. George, your wife wants to go to Russia. I suggest you go with her. You can't make this up. They got 4 kids and she making these types of posts on Twitter. Candace, you want everybody under investigation in your family. Do you understand? Anyone else say something like that, they're immediately put on FBI watch. Immediately. It's not even a second thought. You can't make this up. What the hell, George at? Then there's a video there that, is supposed to be some sort of recording or something. I was sitting here laughing. I was like, they realize, maybe they don't. Maybe the candy asses does not know, okay, that a forensic analysis can be done on the audio. So they can determine based on vocal patterns and, the sounds in the background of the audio, where the person is. Don't think they can't track down the individual. Candace, if you out here playing around with these audios, with some audio recording of someone sounding like they're trying to give out the whole play, they don't even have a French accent. You can't. What? Who is supposed to post the audio? You know what? Just it's so stupid. The feds can do a forensic analysis on the audio. So if it's fake, they're going to say it's fake. Do I expect the candy asses to believe it? No, because they don't trust the government and anything like that. Even though Candace Owens is sitting here making posts up about things that have affected, us as a nation. A 9/11 attack that will certainly alert the feds to something. If nothing else, the average person would be already getting a phone call, having been questioned at least twice. Our whole families would have been questioned if we post something like that up. Kash Patel better grow a spine and stop this nonsense. Candace is getting out of control. Y'all, you can't make this up. So we're gonna check out this post. We're gonna check out this video. I think Amy sent it to me. One of y'all sent it to me. I appreciate it. And if you don't want me to put it out there who sent me the video, please let me know. But when you send me information, if you want me to share that you sent it to me, just let me know. Or if not, just say, hey, LLC, you don't have to share this. You don't have to tell anybody I sent it, rather. But I do want to, just give you a shout out if you don't mind me saying so, because I had no idea. This is over 1 billion users on YouTube. I had no idea this content creator existed. And I'm so glad you sent me this video because we're going to watch it. Our buddy attacking the US again. I know. Somebody put poop poop in here. They want you to know. Go to the bathroom, Token. Poop poop poop. Token, are you trying to tell me something? That turkey got stuck in the prune juice will take care of it. Good evening, all. Is Candace still at it? Yes, she is, Susan. How you doing, Tracy? Candace has Adderall reach. Her pupils are huge all the time. You can't make this stuff up. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Oh, Satiric, happy Sunday from Australia. How you doing? Yeah, shout out to Australia for keeping Candace Owens out of their country. If only the U.S. could follow suit, it would be epic. We're willing to give her over to Russia if she wants to go. Bye, Candace. Oh, dear Lord. Take all your cult members with you. You can't leave them here either. All of them got to go. You can't make this up. Oh, good grief. Connor Hurst is a good creator. Yes. Yeah, I actually am following. Am I saying this? Kurtz? Is it Kurtz? Yeah. COLONEL. Kurtz is another content creator who is now going to be doing a series on becoming Candace, and I am here for it. I actually retweeted her tweet. I subscribed to her YouTube channel. I am ready for her to do that. You can't make this up. Beware of the camaraderies, friends. Oh, man. You ain't never lied. Hey, Francis, how you doing, honey? Shout out to you in the UK. I'm assuming is it Sunday for you as well over there? Let me know. Shout out to Australia, the UK. Please take George back. He's doing nothing, okay? George, you're absolutely useless right now. You know your wife is having a meltdown. She has already tried to invoke herself into a gag order that never applied to her. And now she wants to put up cryptic posts about some 9/11 level attack. I don't care if she's joking. It is a horrible reference and punchline. You don't use that type of analogy. It's just certain things you just don't do. You don't get on a plane and yell bomb. They're just, she claims she has common sense, which we all know she has none. I'll let the candy asses figure that out. But she claims she has a lot of common sense. But the common sense things you expect, she doesn't behave that way. It's like all of a sudden when it's time for her to use common sense, she ain't got it. It's gone. Candace, it's not even smart to put up a post like that and then say 9/11. Of all the references you want to give, why that one? Girl, if you don't shut the hell up and schedule that court hearing, when is the court date, Candace, for the motion to dismiss in the Macron lawsuit? Because that's all of this is for that. She doesn't want to get sued. Candace, you're a clown. You want to sit here and run your mouth and call somebody a man and they sue you for it, even after all the attempts to try to get you to correct the record? That's exactly what should happen. You should get sued and you should lose a lot of money. All that money she earned, yeah. Now you got to pay all that back to the Macrons because you don't get to make money defaming someone and then trying to hide under free speech. No. Defamation, especially with malice intent, is not protected under the First Amendment for free speech. Hell wrong, huh? Garrett, this post just kind of sums it up. Fake and gay. Everything's fake and gay. No, I would pay for her ticket to Russia. Candace, we would help you pack, girl. Even though she wouldn't need our help because she could just hire somebody to just come in and do all that stuff. Candace, we would help you pack for free. Dear Lord, just tell us when you want to do it. We can send your ass on. We'll give the nation of Russia and their government a heads up. You know, because over there, it's not going to be George Farmer or Erica Kirk telling you to shut up. I can guarantee you that. The Russian government does not play that BS with you. I'm not even saying don't have free speech. I'm saying that she has said things that are provably false. And you can't go over to saying all that nonsense and talking all that smack in Russia, girl. But if you want to go find out, go ahead. F around. We want you to find out. We all want you to find out the hard way, you heifer. What's going on, Mira? Love you too, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you all for tuning in. Y'all hit that like button. I'm just kind of going in right now. Because, you know, this is something else. Oh, CC said, I'm here. I'm joining, so I'm not watching the chat. It's all right. It's all good. Oh, the mods know we're on, high alert, I guess, because, the candy ass is always trying to say something stupid to try to defend this. I got a comment about the flight pattern stuff. One of the candy asses want me to prove something. Why? She said it, not me. I wouldn't even dare think up something so stupid as a blue and yellow Egyptian plane trying to plot air, data and all this other stuff with flight information and coordinates. Who wants to do all that? No. For once, the candy asses need to show some evidence, or tell Candace to do it. All those flight plots and all this other stuff. Whoever the guy is that's always in her ear talking about mansplaining. Yeah, George, stop playing in the phone. It's like he gets rid of his accent and just, plays this other role because we don't know who that person is. By the way, I don't. But yet and still, it's not a pilot. It's not somebody that can actually explain the data to you. No. Like they actually challenging me to produce evidence. No. My research is not going to sit here and to try to prove Candace right. That's her job. I understand she does not understand the art of researching or journalism or reporting or just being able to tell the truth for once. Like, no, that goes over her head. So I'm not here to prove her right. I'm not here to do the research for her. Not at all. We're still waiting for her to produce scientific evidence that Brigitte Macron was born a man. She can't even do that. You think she can understand something more complex like flight data and flight coordinates and all this? No. It's crazy. And I laughed at it. I genuinely laughed at that comment. I was like, no, I'll refer you to a YouTuber who's an actual pilot, Captain Steve. Shout out to Captain Steve. He's an actual pilot. He has a whole YouTube channel. So you want to learn about flight data and coordinates of planes, go to his channel. Good luck to that. The hell? You can't make this stuff up. Y'all hit the like button coming in. Artie Trolls have been calling Candace and Tucker about it. Yes, he is. Oh, man. Yeah, I like Artie Trolls. He actually gave me a shout out when I was able to catch one of his lives. So shout out to Artie Trolls. I am subscribed to him, so you guys make sure you go subscribe to him and check out his great content there. I I just I find it sickening that she's doing all of this, and Erica Kirk is still, grieving the loss of her husband, and Candace is just making money off of it all. Candace, you could have just stuck to the Macrones as opposed to sitting here going hammer time with Charlie Kirk's death, knowing damn well you don't even care enough to go to the campus to retrace the shooter's steps just to see if anything was valid in that. She won't even do that. So, she's we call her out on what we see and hear. We're not here to change the minds of, brainwashed cult members. I'm not here to do that. I call it what I hear and see from her, and then I debunk it with evidence, facts, and documentation. I'm not here to try to change their minds on anything. That's why that person that left that comment, you know who you are. You need to go actually do the research yourself on this flight stuff. I'm not here to change your mind on a damn thing at all. That's not my mission in life. You can't do that. My grandmother taught me a long time ago. You start trying to change someone's mind and thought process on something, it's the moment you start wasting your life. People have to come to conclusions on their own. I'm not here to force anyone to think anything any differently. So, say what you want in the chat in the comment. I'm not stunned. I'm not stunned at crap. Just as an FYI. Oh Lord, they be trying to get me to cuss. Guys, how much did I miss? Oh, you didn't miss much, S-Files. We're going to get to it, y'all. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to all the members, supporters, all the viewers, all of you all tuning in. Happy Saturday evening once again. Hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. We have Christmas to look forward to. My favorite holiday of the year, of course. It's so festive. Kids and I are going to be putting up the Christmas tree tomorrow. I cannot wait. I'm excited. So let's get to it, y'all. Shout out to all of you all. Karma, I'm going to try to get y'all comments up and stuff while we going through this. In the live, you had to have to test to see if you are a female, not just looking. Exactly. She just she's going based on a wig or something. I don't care. Brigitte Macron was born a man. I'm just not understanding Candace's, infatuation and her obsession over it. Like, she's not even coming from the angle of, she was trying to get him when he was a teenager and all. I'm not saying that's right either. I'm just saying you got to prove that someone is born a man or woman with scientific evidence. Candace asked for the blood of the first lady because she knows she needed. You know you need a girl. They're going to mollywop her behind in court. It's going to be epic. All right, y'all, let's get to it. I'm going to start this off with this post that I was sent. Candace, you claim that, somehow, for some reason, I'm trying to move this off. Let me see here. I got it up. She claimed that she's scared, right? For her life? Yeah, okay. Candace, what's this? Candace, you said you're scared. You got an assassination attempt plot, something going on with gastronomes from France and stuff. Something with an Israeli operative and a female French assassin. Y'all seen my thumbnails on the videos? Yeah, I'm Candace. I want you to know how ridiculous the stuff that you say, how ridiculous it sounds to me. I put it right back into a thumbnail because I want you all to understand this, the absurdity in the things that she says. I have to illustrate my actual response because I want her to visually see this is how dumb Candace sounds when she says things. Here's a thumbnail of match. You want to see him talking about Club de Sang? Oh, okay. A club that is only 100 people that just specialize in eating and drinking. You can't make this up. Candace, I thought you were scared. Yeah, this is a post that I was sent from shout out to my supporter. Like I said, y'all let me know if you all want me to give you credit or not. I won't say your name, or I won't even say your channel name if you don't want me to. But shout out to my supporters that send me information. This is being one of them. This post right here. Candace Owens spotted at Dollywood this week because she was on Thanksgiving break. She's not scared for anything. She could have just said, I'm just gonna be out for Thanksgiving. I have kids. I have, George still wants me to make him a sandwich. That's what we're doing. How hard is that? I highly doubt she cooks. Candace doesn't seem like the kind that cooks. I don't get cook from her. Like, not at all. So for Thanksgiving, she was spotted out in Dollywood. I think that's a theme park in Tennessee. Correct me if I'm wrong. They have like a resort, and you can go and get some rides, an amusement park of some sort, a pool maybe. It's fine with me. Okay, thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. So I want to make sure I got this right on who sent this post to me. Because you just can't make this up. Yeah, Amy. Yeah, this came from Amy. Shout out to you, Amy. I appreciate it. Y'all see, look at this. How are you scared, Candace? You said someone was out trying to assassinate you. Did you not say that? You took the week off for Thanksgiving, like most people did. And I don't understand why it was so hard for you to just say that. But you had to make it seem like, I'm so scared for my life. Yeah, okay. And then you go out, and you don't think that this would have made it to the internet. See what happens when you try to insert yourself into situations, Candace, where no one's studying you, like a gag order or an entire, murder investigation. When you want to think highly of yourself beyond where you should be thinking, then you get people who consider you to be somebody famous. Then you end up with, maybe fans, mostly a cult. And if they see you out because you're recognizable, you're a public figure, you admitted that yourself in a different lawsuit, by the way, they're going to want to take pictures with you, and they're going to post this up. So that's what happened here. She went to a theme park in Tennessee. And it says here, my daughter's best friend went to Tennessee for Thanksgiving. They spent yesterday at Dollywood. Guess who she ran into? Yep, Candace Owens, out in the open in a public place amongst claimed assassination attempts. Make it make sense. And yes, this photo is from yesterday. This is a screenshot from House Inhabits Substack chat where we're on her. Oh, I'm assuming we're one of her followers. Yeah, okay. Where one of her followers claims to have seen CO Candace Owens at Dollywood this week. No obvious signs of security. Candace, where your security guards at? How did this young lady here get this close to you to take a photo? How'd it happen? I'll wait. Because, she claiming that her life is in danger. So how did she end up allowing someone to get this close to her to take a photo, knowing that it was going to go on the internet, on social media? Because if she didn't want that, she wouldn't have taken the photo, because you can't really control whether or not someone posts up the photo, right? So I'm just trying to figure out here, Candace. If you say that you fear for your life, how is it you allowed anyone to get this close to you for a photo? No matter who it is. She can be sweet and innocent. Maybe she's the French female assassin. Who knows? She doesn't look like it. But when you are claiming someone's trying to take your life, and you're claiming that there's some sort of assassination plot against you, wouldn't you do everything you can to keep yourself safe? Why would you let anyone that you don't know get close to you to do any photo op? Wouldn't the armed security detail that she has, allegedly, if there was some sort of assassination attempt, wouldn't she have hired some sort of armed security detail? She's got the money. Candace, you're not broke. You and George are valued at $244 million. Even if it's not all liquid cash, it's not liquidity, it's still assets. So considering all the things you have between homes and property and all this other stuff, money you making on YouTube and Twitter X and Instagram and wherever else, your book club, merchandise where you're using the CIA logo without their consent, they should be suing you for that. But all this money you're generating in has valued him at over $244 million. So you can afford armed security if you wanted it. if you were truly in danger. You don't let someone get close to you to take a photo. So why do this if you're scared for your life? I'm not even telling her to go outside. I'm just saying, if it's inevitable that you go outside, then where's the armed security? Why take a photo with anybody? I would have expected the armed security to say, ma'am, sorry, Candace is not doing photos. We're, already on edge. We're on high alert grape juice. High alert grape juice. Code name French baguette. Okay. She's already feeling, like somebody's trying to take her life in France. Some Israeli male operative and a female French assassin. Just stuff made out of a comic book. A bad one. Candace, you're bad at this, girl. Straight out of a comic book. The clownery and the buffoonery on this is it's absurd. It's insane. I would never let that happen. I know people who are famous. I know famous people. My godmother's retired now, federal judge, a magistrate federal judge. So if she said, people out here trying to, hurt and harm me, guess what she got? FPS, Federal Protection Service. They would have given her a couple agents to guard her. Like, it's that simple. And she's nowhere near as known and as wealthy as Candace Owens. But she was a federal magistrate judge. Judge, not attorney. Judge. Candace, you claim someone is trying to come after you. And you took time to do a photo op with a complete stranger. Yet again, 1, 2, your attorneys haven't said anything about you actually fearing for your life. 3, nothing's happening in any court about it. 4, why are you just not saying something? 5, where are those so-called paper trails with the transactions from this club about your assassination? Because someone called you about that, but they didn't send you any evidence on it. They claim these transactions exist, which means they had to see it, but they didn't forward it to you in an email. They didn't send you some confidential e-fax. They didn't do any of that. Y'all see how absurd this is? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. This is ridiculous. Where's the obvious signs of her husband? Thank you. Where the obvious signs of her? Who knows? No, living la vida mea. Okay. Candace is free. Stop the BS. No one's doing BS. This is her being out. I'm applying common sense. You know that thing that Candace claims to have that she doesn't have? Not even the common sense God gave her Billy Goat. You can't make this up. Candace is like that ram in the bush, except it was just born without a brain. You can't make it. That's why she was so fixated on that bush at UVU campus. Yeah, she's the ram that came out of that bush. God just so happened to spare you, Candace. That's it. What the heck? Why are you out taking photos? But she's supposed to be, she's supposed to be in fear of her life. Y'all, this is something else. So that's the photo. This is the pose. And you can't make this up. Candace can't say, this is not me in the picture. Yes, it is. You took a picture with someone you don't know. At Dollywood. A whole theme park. Candace, do you know that there are cameras there? Cameras at Dollywood. Oh, Lord have mercy. There are cameras at Dollywood, Candace. So if we really want to see, people really want to find out if you have armed security with you, don't you think we can just get the camera footage, girl? Don't you think we can just talk to the employees there? Don't you think we could just, see if anyone else, how you want to sit here and throw people's photos and videos up of those who were there at the campus when Charlie Kirk was doing his campus tour? Yeah, the same thing can happen with you, girl. Because karma has no name on it. We all catch it. So the same way she sits here and says, hey, I'm looking for this individual. Who is this person with this green hoodie on? Blah, blah, blah. This college kid didn't want to give me an interview. Here's a photo of him and some other kid in the video. These are college kids, by the way. Candace, we can just sit here and ask for anyone that was at Dollywood on Thanksgiving Day or the same day this photo was taken to post up videos and photos of you out being there just to see if you had armed security. Because if you had an assassination attempt against you, allegedly, as you claim, you would hire the security protection you need for you, George, and your 4 children, at the very least. And you would not entertain photo ops. You just wouldn't do that. It's not smart. That's the dumbest thing ever. So, Candace, if I say, if you guys who are at Dollywood for the week of Thanksgiving, let's see what the date and time stamp on this is. I don't even know what's the date and time stamp on when was this done. Can anyone tell me? If you get any information on when this photo was taken and posted, please let me know. Because then we can make a timeline, Candace. You know, the same thing you like to do. And then we can sit here and try to figure out if you really had armed security. Because the internet, Candace, is undefeated. And this is what happens when you do the nonsense you do. Then people are like, okay, well, she wants to sit here and talk about, some club is sitting here paying for her assassination. And some, Israeli operative is involved in blue and yellow Egyptian planes. And, oh, Lord, the Macrons, because they're suing her. They don't want her, Candace, they don't want to take a hit out on you. They want you to pay the judgment of whatever the jury, agrees to of what they deserve. We don't care if it's $244 million. They just want to go to court and see their day in court. They want justice. You not being here on earth would impede upon that. Why would anyone want that? No. We want you to go to court, girl. Nobody wants you dead. No one wants to take you out. We want you to go to court. When is the court hearing? When is that motion hearing going to be scheduled? That motion to dismiss you still barely don't want to talk about. I don't think her candy asses wouldn't even know that had he not seen my videos. Oh, Candace, I'm still gonna stay on your neck, girl. I want you to know that. So yeah, we can do the same thing. We get the day and time. What's going on? How you doing? No reply. How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. What's going on, Tavares? Happy Thanksgiving. No, he said she did not show him any evidence. He put up a post and said that plainly. Go to his Twitter X and look at his post. He said flat out, she did not show him any evidence. So you're saying the complete opposite of what is actually in writing on a post, because words. So no, that is absolutely false. I don't believe anyone who's going to say that they saw evidence, but yet Candace Owens, the woman who likes to dox people and put their safety and livelihood on the line, somehow can't tell us anything about this alleged assassin, more concrete information, or show the actual transactions, that paper trail. She wants France to do it, but she doesn't want to do it. Why? She's at Dollywood. No. Once again, common sense. Why would she go out without armed security and take a photo out with some complete stranger? And she went out into the public, which means, the truth being told, we do get recorded everywhere we go. There's cameras everywhere. Cameras are all over Dollywood. Candace, there's cameras all over Dollywood. So if someone really wanted to go on a fact-finding mission to see if she had an entourage of security around her because, assassination plots and Club Descent and all this other stuff, we will be able to see that in the many, many cameras that are installed out there at Dollywood. Maybe other people saw her and they just took a photo or just recorded. Or perhaps, she photobombed somebody's video. Just so happened to walk past and they were already out live stream or something. And Candace Owens just walks past. and they don't really say anything. They just let it happen. Maybe those videos are uploaded. And then people can truly see if she had armed security around her, surrounding her. She's the one that said that someone is trying to take her life, but she's not making moves or decisions as if she's trying to safeguard herself. So it's stupid to even say something like that. We are not even making moves to show the public that I am truly concerned. And if I go anywhere, I have like 10 dudes with weapons on them that are all, licensed to serve as private security here. Because it would be foolish if she went to Dollywood with 4 small kids and George. Because we can't forget about him. And she didn't have any security with her. That would be foolish. Just as crazy it is for her to take a photo. You can't make this up. Oh, child. Ryan is reading us the word of God. Thank you, Ryan. I'm still going to tell the truth and shame the devil. That's how we do it. She has been really silent since you went from making 20 posts on Twitter every 2 days to posting only 20 things a night. Exactly. I see the cult members in here. What's going on, Christ follow? Yeah, they up in here, honey. They love the banter. You're talking about something that I haven't even mentioned. But no, she has not showed recent text messages between him and her that are real text messages within the last year. And you're on my channel. You don't come over here and tell somebody else. Like free speech is one-sided. Get out of here. You see? Yeah, the candy asses are here, y'all. Shout out to my moms. Thank you for being hands on deck. Because, if it gets out of hand, yeah, just block it. How's it going, honey? It's going. Y'all have a little twang because the weather is changing. So if I sound a little stuffy, it's because I am. Oh, man, you can't make this stuff up. Told me about your what? Don't disrespect my minds. That's how you get booted out. Don't disrespect my minds. So everybody can tell me the time and date on this post. Give me the date and time stamp. I'm looking through the comments now. No Umar, but I'm here nevertheless. Hey, Umar here. Yeah, you got my mind saying be nice in the chat, people. So if people start being just flat out rude and disrespectful, because here's how free speech works. The same candy asses that walk around here talking about, oh, Candace has free speech. She has the right to say whatever, because bot farms and all. However, I also have the right to not see your dumb comments, because free speech and all. So I have free speech. I get to criticize her. 2, I also have the right to not read your nonsense if you're going to sit and be rude and just completely disgusting. Who said we have to sit here and endure that? We don't. So you'll be blocked or removed. That's it. All right, let's get to it. Yeah, so here's the post. All right, this is going to be the thumbnail. Because I really want people to see if, perhaps this is not the only person that's caught Candace in a video or photo at Dollywood last week. But, Candace too can play this game, girl. This is why you need to stop doxing people. I'm not even advocating for that. We're just trying to confirm whether or not you had armed security around you. Because your candy asses seem to think that somehow you got things under control, but yet when they're faced with, just basic common sense and logical principles and, aspects of armed security, all of a sudden they don't know what to say and do. So they start acting like, bot farms. They copy and paste the same old comment. It's not even thought provoking. But she will never explain it. These are questions Candace will never answer. Because, it's too much like right. Yeah, somebody said absolutely free speech first. I love truth. God is good. And I'm not going to sit here and just, tell someone STFU. I'm not going to do that for what? I don't even want Candace to stop talking. I want her to keep talking. Because it's just more evidence she's giving them a crumbs. It's absolutely epic. Candace, keep on talking, girl. Keep running your mouth. Keep making those posts. so that when the judge and the jury sees this stuff from the Macron lawsuit, you won't have anything else to say. Can't say that anybody was trying to shut you up, because your proof is in all your videos and in your posts that you have not stopped talking. So keep at it. They can use that against you in the court of law. That'd be awesome. All right, y'all, let's get to this video because I want to watch it. Y'all, we got some Milk Bar TV. He did a couple videos, and then there is this video from, I'm trying to, what is her name? Sand Faye Reacts. Oh my goodness. I just heard a little bit of it. So I want to see it. We're going to watch it. Yeah, I got to rearrange this stuff. So we're going to go from Milk Bar to another Milk Bar because he posted up 3 days ago. And then we're going to go to Sand Faye Reacts. And then we got some Ami lined up. Y'all,
Alex Clark calling out you.
We got to end this laughing, okay? So make sure you guys check out Milk Bar TV. He is doing a fantastic job, holding Candace accountable. It's the lies for me, Candace. It's the little lies that start becoming mountain lies. And, we just can't have you lying like this, misleading people in the public who actually are genuinely confused. Not your bots and your candy asses, because, whatever. But people who are genuinely confused and they just want the truth. They just want information. They want people to say things that make sense. You're not doing that, girl. And then, the rest of us we all want you to be held accountable for your words. Because when you're making provable false statements, that is not protected free speech under the First Amendment. It's just not. Provable false statements is a lie. That's what it's called. And it's defamatory. And you're intentionally being defamatory. Because you just can't make this stuff up in life. You can't make this stuff up. All right, y'all. So, yeah, they're going to keep, the candy asses are going to defend her until God returns. I mean, or until, they understand she's been scamming them the whole time, too. Because fraud. So, let's check out this. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if you can see in here. This is a quick video. I think it's a short. And then it's 43 seconds. Then we'll go to the next Milk Bar video. And then we're going to get to Sand Faye Reacts. Let's go.
Alex Clark calling out. You kidding me? Should I do what she did? And it would have been more moral for me to invite the Wall Street Journal a literal week after Charlie is murdered. I couldn't even speak to the press that week. I still haven't spoken to the press about Charlie Kirk, actually. Haven't even given one interview about Charlie Kirk because it felt icky to me.
When you say you believe that Charlie Kirk was betrayed by someone close to him, what do you mean?
I think that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot.
She did an interview 16 days after Charlie Kirk died. Once again, the internet is undefeated, Candace. You're lying on videos, and then information is being used against you to expose you of you making dumb lies. This is a stupid lie to say. I have not been interviewed. I have not spoken with the media. What do you mean? But didn't tell anybody she did the CNN interview until it dropped. I didn't even know this was a thing. Why lie about this stuff? As if we can't, put 2 and 2 together. Maybe the candy asses can't do simple math, but we can. You did this on the 16th. 16 days on the 26th, after 16 days after Charlie Kirk's death on September 10th. You went and did this on September 26th. You can't make this up. That's a dumb lie.
What do you mean?
I think that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of financial reports that are coming out. And I, first and foremost, do not believe that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. I want to be very clear on that.
I still haven't spoken to the press about Charlie Kirk, actually. Haven't even given one interview about Charlie Kirk because it felt icky to me.
We just know.
Dumb lie.
We just know that he was.
Yeah, this is the second one here. This is Candace Owens from Trump plus U.S. government killed Kirk plus can't be trusted to. Yeah. Okay. So she trusts nothing in no one for no reason at all. But yet she wants to believe the French government about some Israeli operative and a female French assassin and some payments from a club that deals mostly with meals and wine. and studies the science of food. I mean, you can't make this up.
Truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. What's with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard.
Nothing is making sense at all. It has not made sense from the very beginning. Okay. And that's because the feds are involved. And
we just know.
I need to go back. Let me tell you something. I don't speak code. And I'm not going to some alternate reality. I know what I'm seeing and hearing with my own two eyes. He pointed out an email where they confirmed that she will be discussing Charlie Kirk, even saying his name is discussing him. So is it the definition of the term discussion that you're confused with? Because you can go on dictionary.com and look up the definition of that word. She lied. If you're not going to talk about someone or discuss them, you won't even say their name. Would you not?
Just know that he was truly
She didn't have to say anything about him
in one of the most egregious ways that I think we just know.
No,
Alex Clark calling out, you kidding me? Should I do what she did? And it would have been more moral for me to invite the Wall Street Journal a literal week after Charlie is murdered. I couldn't even speak to the press that week. I still haven't spoken to the press about Charlie Kirk, actually. Haven't even given one interview about Charlie Kirk because it felt icky to me.
Yeah, she said, I still haven't. She was speaking in present tense because words matter. Y'all see this? I still haven't. For her to say, I didn't speak about him that week to the press is one thing. For her to say, I still have not spoken to the press about Charlie Kirk is a totally different. The time that she made this video, she was speaking in present tense. She wasn't only referring to that week. I still haven't. This is after September 26th. And if you're a Candy ass cult member, then I know you obsess over her videos and her page and her channel. Go to this video, look at the date and timestamp. She's saying, I still have not. I still haven't. Meaning current, present tense. Because, is it the English barrier that's happening here? Words matter. Candace still has not learned that. She lied. She spoke to the press as of the date she recorded this because she said, I still haven't spoken to the press. She had spoke to them 16 days after he died. You don't say present tense unless she's really this stupid. So either you're going to have to admit she's an airhead and she doesn't know how to use words properly, or she lied. Which one is it?
Actually, haven't even given one interview about Charlie Kirk because it felt icky to me.
When you say you believe that Charlie Kirk was betrayed by someone close to him, what do you mean?
Yeah, see what Milk Bar put up? I still haven't spoken to the press about Charlie. I still haven't. I don't expect bots to get the premise of, past tense, present tense, future tense. But, when we speak the English language, sometimes speaking in whether past tense or present tense matters. It changes the whole concept of the statement you're making. I still haven't spoken to the press about Charlie Kirk. That is the key. She should not have said that if she did not mean it. But why say it if you had not spoken to them? Truly. So either she doesn't understand how to speak English or she lied.
I think that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of financial reports that are coming out. And I, first and foremost, do not believe that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. I want to be very clear on that.
I still haven't spoken to the press about Charlie Kirk, actually.
You can't make this
given
up.
One interview about Charlie Kirk because it felt icky to me.
We just know.
Candace, what's icky is you putting sponsors in all these videos where you talk about Charlie Kirk. That's icky. And just sponsor this nonsense to death. The fact that she did to my friend Charlie Kirk, that had sponsors in it. They had a B-roll, some roll credits in that, the ads, and she took it out after she got called out on it. But she would have had ass in that video had she not been called out on it, because Candace, it just felt so icky to me and to everyone else with a soul and a conscience. Can't make this up.
Know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. That's with them giving people a holiday after they kill them. Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard.
Nothing is making sense at all. It has not made sense from the very beginning. Okay. And that's because the feds are involved. And my instinct has always been that the feds injected themselves immediately into this case because they were staging a cover-up. So what exactly are the feds building their case on? Vibes or sheer corruption? Because I'm thinking it might be the latter. Yeah, you got to be just insane to trust the authorities. As soon as somebody says, we're just trusting the authorities, suspect on the list. What do you mean?
Candace, so you trust the authorities now? Because you're saying that, you want a response from the White House, from the media. Why? You don't trust the media either, Candace. See, you and your candy ass cult members, you guys are highly hypocritical. But because you don't understand the definition of that term, then you don't understand the concept of when you're being hypocritical. Or maybe you do, you just don't care. So that's why I don't care in saying what I say. And how many other times I want to say it, I'm going to say it. I feel nothing when I say this. Candace is absolutely hypocritical. She is the epitome of that word. She is the walking, living, breathing example of hypocritical. That's it. Hypocrisy on steroids. So you don't trust the government. You don't trust mainstream media, but you want the White House to give a statement, which is part of mainstream media. Candace literally could get a press pass and go to the White House and actually sit in one of the press conferences if she wanted to. But then she don't want to do that because she doesn't trust this administration anymore. And yet she wants this administration to help her get out of this Macron lawsuit, or wants them to say something. When I say them, I mean Trump and the administration. She wants Trump and J.D. Vance to say something to the Macrons because they sued her. But she doesn't trust Trump and J.D. Vance any other time, because hypocrisy. She doesn't trust mainstream media, but she wants mainstream media to respond about her fake alleged assassination attempt because hypocrisy. She doesn't trust the feds, but yet she trusted the word of some so-called French government employee, some high-ranking employee that she won't name or give a title for. She won't even name what agency or department they work with, because hypocrisy. She won't do any of those things. It's ridiculous. We're here to debunk you, Candace.
We're trusting the feds. Like, since when are we doing that? And since when do we trust the feds? I don't really trust these feds, right? I'm like, no, we don't trust the feds. We don't trust the feds. We can only trust the feds. Tell us what happened.
Oh, man.
Right. We can't trust them at all because it feels to me, okay, that this is a conspiracy, a federal level conspiracy. So is this AI or is this a female fed that put these messages together? Gut instinct is that this was a military operation, based off everything that I've seen and the lingering questions that I have and some other.
Which branch of military again? Because she never said that. Which branch of military? Was it the Army? Was it the Marines? There are like 4 main branches of the military. Oh, 5 if you include the Coast Guard. Which branch of military, Candy? She never said that. Which branch of military to the candy asses? Because, you guys speak code. Maybe you guys are mind reading her and it's something we're missing out on. Which branch of military? Be specific. I mean, if you're going to go there with the accusation, you might as well be specific. Or is it just all branches of the U.S. military? How insulting is that? Every active duty member and veteran should be mad and just, you know, insulted at this nonsense
that we are working on. That's how I feel. You know, my general perspective is that we live in a nation that is governed by the military. So I don't necessarily believe that Trump is in control of things. And if you are under any illusion that America is a sovereign nation, you need to wake up. Memorial thing in Arizona, which is not a funeral. It's a memorial event. Okay. That is, by the way, in large part, from what I understand, being controlled by the White House. Trump is controlled by Zionists.
You can't make this up.
So they're like baiting me here. Why would I be invited by anyone in Trump's Zionist administration? And I think we all recognize that the person.
Yeah, to this so-called Charlie Kirk funeral memorial that she didn't want to go to, and she would rather had listened to Kanye West. How's that going, Candace? How's that whole relationship with Kanye West going right now since he apologized to a Jewish rabbi? How's that going? You know, because she refuses to talk about that. Anything that could even remotely have her look embarrassed or that she's embarrassed of, she just ignores it. When is the motion to dismiss going to be scheduled, Candace? Stop playing around with this lawsuit and stop stalling.
That has the most power over all of our nations at this moment is Bibi Netanyahu. Of course, he's the boss. He's the big boss, Bibi. And that's how this nation has accrued so much power across the world through a very systemic process of blackmail. Hence, Trump gaslighting us about Jeffrey Epstein, because everybody is implicated. Okay, these are blackmail rings, but for Trump, this is masked down. Okay, he is now rendered the impotent leader. He is telling you he is not America first. I don't even know if he's America second at this point.
That's a girl who wants to move to Russia. Candace, when you packing up, we'll help you. Bye, girl. Bye, Felicia.
I accidentally ruined the Fed narrative. I think we accidentally ruined what they were.
Who is we? Oh, is she talking about her and her coat? Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
We're going to try to do to frame this.
There's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you. They're like Holiday in a boulevard. And it's never on the nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be a nice side of town. Anyways.
He corrects it later on that it's actually the French Legionnaire.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me go back. Lord have mercy. So, y'all, this is Sanfei Reacts. I saw first 5 minutes of this, and I was like, yep, we're gonna watch this. So Sanfei Reacts has a well-established channel. Shout out to her. And I was sent this video. I don't know, was it who sent me this video? One of you guys said, I think it's Sandra. One of you all sent this, Amy. One of you all sent me this video. And I have to say, shout out to you. Thank you so much for sending this to me. Because we're gonna watch this. I heard 5 minutes and I was like, oh, she sounds like my grandmother. See, Candace, I want you to hear with wisdom and just old school common sense sounds like. Because even though, you know, you were raised by your grandfather, your grandparents, somehow all that wisdom and common sense and just basic logic has gone over your head. You weird ram in the bush. Can't make this up. So shout out to Sanfei Reacts. If I can get one of the mods to drop YouTube channel link in the chat, I would appreciate that, and I will drop the video channel link in the chat myself. So we're gonna get to this. Y'all put one in the chat when you can see it here. Let's go.
Lord have mercy.
Please, Lord have mercy. Please, Lord have mercy.
Candace Owens is saying that the Macrons are trying to unalive her.
What?
Girl, sit down. Sit down. I have a bone to pick with your husband.
George, if you need help, just wave a white flag. Next time you go outside, just put down your pinky finger on your left hand and point it downward. And that'll be the signal for the rest of us to know that you need help. You need to be rescued of some sort. Because Candace has lost her mind. Who's the man in the house again? Candace. Don't make me pull up the picture of Jermaine Stewart.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping
God.
by to see me today.
Thank you, S-File. Shout out to you.
Boy, do I have a bone to pick with Candace Owens' husband. Y'all gonna see it. I don't know if she would ever see my video. It don't matter. But I'm pretty sure there are a
say Stanford. Trust me when I say she watches. Candace, you heifer. I know you watch. Because you find yourself repeating things I've said. And then trying to actually defend it. I'm not doxing people. I'm not doxing. This isn't doxing. It is doxing. It's a cybercrime. It's illegal. But because you don't have any respect for the rule of law, of course you're going to say that. Candace has been doxing people for years, by the way. Going back to this social autopsy thing. And then tried to make the defense that it's easier to do when you're a kid, when you're in high school. Yeah, so you're going to dox minors now? Candace, considering the fact that you've given birth 4 times, how do you still feel about minors being doxed? You know, what if this happened to your kids? Yeah, maybe this has to happen to Candace Owens' kids for her to really feel the effect of it. Because I don't see how she could ever say that doxing a minor child, I don't care if they're in high school, they're minors, is somehow a good thing. She said that in a whole video. You can't make this up. So Candace, if that happens to you and your kids, I mean, you know, you kind of put it out there. I don't advocate for it. But if it happens, that's karma. What's George?
A lot of women who think like I do, okay? Why is her husband sitting back?
I'm going to speak this up.
Letting her almost eliminating their family. Why is he not saying anything or doing nothing? I thought he was supposed to be the leader. We're going to get into it. But as y'all know, Candace Owens claims that people are trying to unalive her. Why? When she won't shut her mouth up. If you think people are trying to unalive you,
look at the baby.
Why are you still talking about the same damn thing, y'all? Why you keep running your mouth if people want to unalive you? Put it on down in the comment section. What is it for? Huh?
Now, let me be clear on this. You can say whatever you want about me, but I don't involve children. Don't go after this child you just saw in this video. If I see any comment about this kid, I'm going to block the hell out of you and report your nonsense. You can come for me all day. Don't say anything about this kid. I don't even want anybody talking about Candace Owens' kids because they're children. So don't sit here and start flooding the chat with comments about this minor child here. You can come for me, but don't go for her.
She's got the #1 podcast. Is it for views? Is it for popularity? But what is it for?
She is adorable.
Who would put their family in danger if somebody is threatening to take you out? Who would do that? Huh? I'm going to show y'all some videos in a minute. I want to thank y'all for the blessings. Thank you for the PayPal, the Cash App, to buy me a coffee. I love that coffee, y'all. Thank you for the super thanks. Thank you for buying my soap and perfume. And thank you for going on over there to Knick Knack Haven. You will be able to buy something on the 20th.
Yeah, shout out to her. So if you guys would like to financially support the channel here in the Lady Luck Club and the content that I'm putting out and the research and stuff, it takes time to do. Yeah, it takes time to do some of this research. Make sure you guys, can hit up Super Cash App. I don't care how small it is. Everything is a blessing and it's appreciated. But more importantly, hit the like button. And I don't mind, the compliments on the kids. I'm just talking to the candy asses because they'll just go for anything and attack anybody. They don't care how old they are. Some people punch below the belt like that. So the compliments to the baby is fine. It's the derogatory attacks on a minor child that's disgusting and deplorable for me. I can't, no. Nope.
29th, okay? So don't forget to go on over there, all right? And what you can do for me, I don't expect everyone to buy products from me. I don't. Watching my videos help me out. when you watch the whole entire video. I know some of y'all ain't got no money. I can understand because we all been in that situation before. Okay. People who buy my products are the ones who can afford it. And that's the way I like it. All right. You ain't gotta always buy something from me. You don't, but I sure do appreciate it when you do. I really do. Don't be spending your hard-earned money if you ain't got enough money. Don't do that. All right, here we go.
Amen, Grandma. Amen, Grandma.
You can tell I'm not home yet. I'll be home probably tomorrow or Sunday. Here we go. Threats against Candace Owens. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, is that for me or you? Okay. You can bring me a fork. I love you. Thank you. That is my great niece, y'all. She's so cute, ain't she? All right. Here we go.
Right-wing influencer Candace Owens caused a frenzy online when she claimed she is the target of an assassination plot from French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife, Brigitte. In a lengthy post on X, she said she was informed of the plot by a high-ranking employee of the French government and goes on to say in part, quote, after determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly that in the event that something happens, in short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination.
So far, we've got the proof being an anonymous source that told her so, and she says the information is credible enough that she could release it publicly, but not unless something happens to her, which is like, well, then why can't you release it now? The information, the receipts, the proof. Because extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And
I agree with him. I agree. You got to have some evidence. Okay. You just can't say it. You just can't say I sent something over to such and such. Okay, that's my evidence right there. I sent it to them. But you're talking to the public. You don't think the public need to see? We need to see, because we need to see that you are not a liar. Okay, we need to see that. All right.
Yeah.
But like I said, if somebody is threatening you,
she's adorable,
and you still talking about them, and now you're on the run, what does that say about you as your character? Don't get me wrong. I don't hate Candace Owens. I like her. But what she's doing to her family, I don't like it. I don't like that.
Is giving delusions to me. I mean, of course, I'll leave space for the like 2% chance that this is true and actually happen, in which case it would be horrific. There's no documents, there's no receipts, there's no proof here, and this is an extraordinary claim, so you need to have some real proof before anyone should believe it. It doesn't make a ton of sense, even on its face, as to why the Macrons would ever take such a drastic step like trying to assassinate Candace.
Who misspelled her name? Who are you talking about? Mama K834. Who are you talking about? Her name is spelled Candace. Who's misspelled it? If you're going to speak on her, at least spell her name right. She don't pay my bills. So who are you talking about? Candace don't pay nothing over here. She don't run that over here. Oh, well, I mean, you know, people make mistakes. And this lady here, let me tell y'all something. She says she likes Candace Owens, but she just doesn't agree with what she's saying and doing right now. And that's perfectly okay. You don't have to agree with everything Candace Amber Owens Farmer does. Because how do you maintain your individuality? If you just sit here and just agree to everything someone says it does. I get pushback from my own mods, my supporters, and everything, my members. But that's a good thing. I don't surround myself with yes men. This Sandy, bless her soul, San Faye literally said, I like Candace Owens. But what she said, I just can't get down with it. And she just can't dig it. She said it's herself. And I'm not saying she on the run, but she's saying, you know, she's a lot more quiet than usual. We all know. Are we going to be literal or figurative? Yeah, let me know when y'all are being literal or figurative, so I can be literal and figurative when I need to be. So if Candace is figurative, but yet we take that as, you know, her saying that there's going to be a 9/11 level attack on second week of December. But when she's figurative, she's using that type of terminology. We're not supposed to be upset with that. When 9/11 was an actual event where someone flew a plane into some towers and people died. She says on the run, at least she's not referencing some event where hundreds of people lost their life. You can't make this up. We're not being nitpicky on this. We all know Candace is not on the run. But Candace, I ain't never said I want you to stop talking. Keep talking, girl. Everything you say and do, Candace. Everything you say and do can and will be used against you in the court of law in that Macron's lawsuit. And they're all too happy to hold you accountable for it. You can't make this up.
As your character. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate Candace Owens. I like her. But what she's doing to her family, I don't like it. I don't like that.
Is giving delusions to me. I mean, of course, I'll leave space for the like 2% chance that this is true and actually happened, in which case it would be horrific. There's no documents, there's no receipts, there's no proof here, and this is an extraordinary claim, so you need to have some real proof before anyone should believe it. It doesn't make a ton of sense even on its face as to why the Macrons would ever take such a drastic step like trying to assassinate Candace Owens. So you could say, oh, well, because Candace exposed the truth about Brigitte, and
so is Brigitte really a dude? Huh? Is it? Why she got exposed and why? I mean, leave those people alone. If he want to think that his partner is a...
I'm trying to figure out what truth. Because we have not seen any scientific DNA. Have we, Candace? They're going to be bringing it with them to court, girl. I don't understand for someone who claims that she wants subpoena power and wants to get to the discovery phase. Why is she stalling? When is the motion to dismiss hearing? To the candy asses, if you guys are going to kiss her ass, can you at least ask her when she's going to schedule the hearing? When are her and her 3 attorneys going to request a hearing on their motion to dismiss so we can get this thing rolling? Why is there no hearing schedule? And of course, I've been looking, Candace. I'll also be listening in, if it's virtual, because these will be public hearings. Yeah, we're all going to be listening. When is it going to get scheduled? She's got a point to prove and she's got some level of defense. Why is she stalling with the lawsuit? You can't make this up. Her attorneys are the only ones asking for extensions. They want to hear and keep asking the court to dismiss the whole lawsuit. Why? No. Whether the lawsuit is filed in Delaware, where her LLC and Georgetown Inc. is registered, or in the state of Tennessee, where she resides, is irrelevant. Whether it's one state or the other, she will still be stalling it if it was filed in Tennessee. That's the point. Get it going, Candace.
Female, leave them alone, y'all.
Thank you.
Why keep harping on the same thing over and over and over? Why? Huh? She wouldn't like that if somebody did her family like that. She'd probably go cuckoo. She'd probably go crazy. Talk about them real bad. Leave people alone. That's what I keep telling y'all. Let them live their lives, okay? You ain't their last judge. You're not.
Exactly.
Well, let's say for the sake of argument that is true. Yes. Why would assassinating her help? Nobody logical could think that Candace Owens dying would make the Becoming Brigitte series go away. If anything, it would probably make it bigger.
Right, because they want their money. They want their money from the lawsuit from Candace Owens.
Exactly.
Okay? You don't think they got good lawyers? You don't think they don't? Huh? She running her...
While Candace is out here, outing her own attorneys where they work at. Candace, you put your attorney's entire law firm at risk of your candy-ass cult followers cyber harassing, bullying, and doxing them because it's what you and your people do. Just like with this hotel. She's throwing out all these distractions. I don't care about that hotel. They can sue Candace for bringing all of that nonsense attention their way. The employees have to now worry about people going down there doing investigations. And for what? While she still refuses to schedule a hearing on the motion to dismiss. Just schedule it, Candace. I'm going to keep calling you out on it either way. So what are you scared of? What is she scared of? Go to court. All it is, just go to court. It's that simple. Go to court. Request a hearing.
Mouth. She is. Lord, I'm telling y'all, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't make this accusation go away. And in fact, the Macrons are suing her, so they probably want their day in court. The idea that they would kill her and that the insane risk of that, because if that got out, if they were caught doing that, that would be such an international scandal and would earn them such a huge rebuke and consequences from the US government that it would be worth it to even attempt such a thing just in to retaliate against somebody who spread an allegation about them that was really upsetting to them. I mean, the allegation's not going away. The documentary wouldn't go away and it might even make it bigger. It makes no sense that they would actually go there because the reward or satisfaction of taking out Candace Owens would be so minimal compared to the massive risk they would be taking with the entire nation that they represent.
If anything happened to Candace Owens in her family,
ain't nobody trying to see him go to prison forever over Candace Owens. Candace, post up the transactions of those payments you allege someone called you and told you about from Club Descent. And you need to differentiate which club because there are 2 of them. one with the gastronomy and the other with a cyclist club. She didn't even look that up before she put it in a post. Everything she names, it becomes a matter of her being liable for defamation. The hotel can sue her for damaging their credibility and reputation with no evidence to prove that anyone that stayed at that hotel actually directly aided in some assassination plot. Because when you're talking about somebody being a part of a plot to murder someone, you have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. That is the burden in criminal court, and that is the burdens you have to prove to even sit here and insinuate something like that. You think that hotel want to be affiliated with her nonsense of her accusing people staying at that hotel, the La Quinta Inn, because they were a part of some assassination plot against Charlie Kirk? They don't need that type of heat. What if it costs them business and money? They have the right to conduct business. Candace doesn't want anybody hindering her ability to make money on her lies. The difference is Candace is the one defaming everybody. Now she's talking about this club de sang in France and didn't even differentiate which club, just like she keeps saying the U.S. military, but won't say which branch of military. She has never specified which branch of military is she accusing or insinuating being a part of this assassination plot. And there are 4 main branches of U.S. military we have here. Same thing with those 2 clubs. It's 2 different clubs with the same name. So is it the cycling club or it's the one dealing with gastronomy? Either way, she's tainting both. And people are having to research it. I researched it. And I'm sitting here saying she never even said which one it is. Which club, Candace? Which club? Are we talking about the gastronomy or the cycling? These people just want to go out and ride bikes. The other club just want to eat a meal and drink wine and study the science of food. They're not thinking about her. But she threw that out there in a post without doing her own research and can't even specify which club de sang. That's how ridiculous she is.
He costed. And I blame her husband too. Because he's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the head honcho. He's supposed to be head of household. He's supposed to be. But he's sitting back, letting his wife put his whole family in jeopardy. And he's not doing nothing, saying nothing. Or do she wear the pants in the family? Is that it? Huh? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
He wear the pants? Well, I mean, said she wear the pants.
Yeah, she wears pants.
You can tell she's strong-minded. You can tell.
Oh, yeah, she the man of the house.
But he just sitting back like he ain't got no balls. He ain't got a dang a line. He let that vagina rule his life and put his family in jeopardy. What type of man is that? What type? Huh? When is enough going to be enough? I'm talking to George Farmer. When is enough going to be enough? You going to still sit back and let this woman jeopardize your family life? Your kids? Do you love your kids? Do you? I don't even think Charlie Kirk would want her to do it.
George, I think you need to grow a spine and a sack and tell your wife to go make you a sandwich. At the very least, if he's involved in her creating a script, because all her shows are scripted. They're scripted. Mine aren't. It's just off the top of the dome. It's called research, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and God. That's it. Her shows are scripted, and I can tell when she's off script. So, Candace, you're sitting here writing these scripts up, and she said George helps her with these shows. And they have an interview where she interviewed her own husband on her show. And that's one of the things he mentioned. Being able to work behind the camera on her show. So, George, you're aiding in this nonsense behavior. And we know you're not, American first because you weren't born here. It's okay. But see, the problem is that people are getting hurt. People are being doxxed. People are being bullied and harassed. And she's sitting here, claiming she's not a feminist. She doesn't believe in women taking control of the household and blah, blah, blah. So where's George when it comes down to these scripts? Why isn't he telling her behind the camera, we're not going to go there? You need to stop making these statements. Because she's about to get both of them effed up. George, you will be filing bankruptcy when she's done being dragged through court. Because I foresee many more lawsuits in your future, George. If you allow Candace to continue down this spiral path that she has been on, I mean, going at the speed of sound, going straight down into this valley with her lies and her nonsense and her conspiracy theories, you two are going to be going back to your father saying, you know, I need another 10 mil because we got bills. She's going to have you two bankrupted. And she would have brought that on herself and you and your kids and everything else in between. You're standing behind the camera and you know she's saying these things. George, you're really weird and sinister. You know, it's
to put her kids in danger. He wouldn't want that. He wouldn't.
He's
Lord
sinister.
have mercy. Go right along. Girl, oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm off about George.
This is the Macron story. Messing with these people. Not only does she talk about them once, twice, and multiple times. Okay. Yes, I talk about people too. Yes, I do. Can you go in the other room? I'm making a video. You're going to go in there. You want to take your food with you?
Tell her like it is. I know she does, Jenny.
Okay, just kind of be quiet, okay?
Yo,
Okay.
George is weird.
Yes, I talk about other people, but you know what, though? I may talk about you once. I'm not going to talk about you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. I'm not going to do that, okay? And I talk about people who put their stuff out there online for everybody to critique. That's the people I talk about, okay? Now, sometimes I may talk about people in my family or something somebody said down in the comment section. Sometimes like that, you know. But other than that, to keep harping on the same thing over and over and over and over again, you don't think that's going to make somebody mad? You don't? Just like Tasha K did with Cardi B, over and over and over and over again. That becomes cyber stalking. That's what that becomes, all right? Y'all don't think so, but it is, okay? People get...
Thank you. People just, you know, we don't expect the candy answers to look up laws or anything or have any respect for the rule of law. But Candace has been doxing since her days with Social Autopsy. You know, red pill, black pill, blue pill, whatever. This is a cybercrime. And now she's bringing damage to companies and organizations. She wants Turning Point USA to literally fail. It's like nothing would be happier for her to see that company fall apart. She's not saying or doing anything to provide any solutions to help them do better, be better, become more well-known. None of that. George, why did you stop working for Turning Point UK? I have a question to the sinister husband over there. Why did you stop working for Turning Point UK, George? Because at some point, people are going to really ask questions like that. And you're going to have to come up with an answer. Especially when your wife is on a crusade to destroy Turning Point USA. Never mind the fact that Erica Kirk is the CEO. And she claims that she doesn't have a problem with Erica Kirk. Even though we all know you're lying, Candace. You heifer. You're lying. Through your teeth. It's like she's jealous of Erica Kirk. And she just won't say it. But yet, she wants Turning Point USA to fail. I mean, now she's attacking Turning Point Faith. That division. And she knows that she would not be able to do that if he was still alive. She wouldn't be saying none of this stuff.
Get mad, people get pissed, people get tired. Pretty soon they're going to take you out or take you down. Or they're going to sue you some way, somehow. All right? Moving right along. Listen to this video right here.
To walk through it. But Candace Owens is alleging that the Macrons tried to kill her and that potentially the Macrons were also behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk. That the assassination of Charlie Kirk had to do more with Candace Owens and her calling out Brigitte Macron for potentially being born a man.
Lady, you keep copying and pasting the same comment. I just can't help but to laugh. Yeah, no one is jealous of someone being sued by a world leader. Who would be jealous of that? Where's the logic in that? Where's the logic in someone being jealous of someone being sued by a world leader? Why? I want to hear the logic in that because I see that comment copied and pasted a lot from the candy ass cult members, the bots. It's like the same old. It's a played out comment, but I'm still trying to figure out what is the logic in being jealous over someone that is being sued by the leader of another country. For millions. She's gonna have to pay them millions. And I'm talking about double-digit millions. I would be surprised if it wasn't even for triple-digit millions, like over 100 million. This is what we are. What is there to be jealous of with that? Let me understand it. Who would be jealous of someone being sued by a world leader? Who? No. Why would I be projecting it? I have no reason to be jealous. I bless God for the life that I have. I work hard. I take care of my kids. I don't have to be rich or wealthy to be happy and content. There's a difference. Why would anyone be jealous of someone being sued by a world leader? Answer my question directly. I would love $10 million, but not at the price of being sued by a world leader. Another country's president is suing her for millions of dollars. Who would be jealous over that? Where is the logic in that? If that lawsuit bankrupts her, then she would be no better than where I am, right? At least I'm still working. Candace probably doesn't even understand a resume at this point. Who would be jealous of someone being sued for millions of dollars by a world leader? Why? Why? That's what I'm just trying to figure that out. That copy and paste comedy is just laughable. Who would be jealous and envious of someone being sued by another country's president for millions of dollars? Candace, schedule the motion to dismiss hearing. And people won't acknowledge, like, I'm still not seeing the Candy ass cult members explain to me why she filed this motion to dismiss. Because remember, she said on Tucker Carlson's show, I don't want this case dismissed. Then you don't file a motion asking the court to dismiss it if you don't want the case dismissed, because that is how logic works. That is called common sense.
Candace has been talking about Brigitte Macron for a while. In fact, the Macrons are suing her for defamation. And they've sent her many cease and desist letters, and they want her to stop snooping around into what is going on privately in the private parts.
I can understand. I can understand. Okay. I don't know if Brigitte, whatever her name is a man or not, but who gives a damn? Who cares? Who cares so much they're going to keep talking and harboring on the same thing? Who gives a damn? I don't give a damn about that. I don't care. Why does she give a damn? That's what I want to know, huh? Because he calls his wife a she, and it just might be a he. Who cares? Man, I'm telling y'all care about the wrong stuff. You need to be caring about your own family, your own situation that you have at home, your own children. You need to be caring about that instead of other people's situation.
Well, Candace is not a journalist, so she doesn't know how to come up with actual content and do real research and reporting. Those things she doesn't, she's bad at it. Candace, you're bad at this. And it's getting you caught up. Now you're just throwing out names of companies and having companies damaged, possibly losing business over you. And the hotel isn't the first one. She even doxed the hospital staff, the doctors and the surgeons. It's like these people went to medical school. They know what they're doing. Candace does not. She can't even manage to get DNA evidence to prove someone was born a man. But yet she wants to sit here and have a problem with the doctor that did the autopsy on Charlie Kirk. Candace, where did you go to medical school? Because last time we checked, our school said you have a name with your name has a degree, but we haven't seen this degree either. You claim you have two. URI doesn't have a dual degree for journalism and English. So show proof of your college degree, and then show proof you went to medical school. And then we'll take whatever you're saying a little bit more seriously, because right now we can't. You don't even have the credentials or the education to speak on an autopsy report. You're not a doctor, Candace. You can't make this up.
Brigitte Macron. Okay, so we're going to try our best to understand all of this and break all of this down. And we're going to start off with the tweets that Candace Owens put out there originally, going back to November 21st. So this has all kind of come out in the last 4 days. So on November 21st, Candace writes, 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie Intervention Group, which this part is actually wrong. I think she corrects it later on that it's actually the French Legionnaire, but she's saying here that it was the National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. I know I'm not saying this correctly. For those of you who are watching who are French, you know who you are. Do not email me and correct me on this. I do have French viewers. Anyway, I am told there is one Israeli that is on this assassination squad, and the plans were formalized. So she's saying that it was a small French team of assassins.
That's a good question, Susie. I wondered that myself. I mean, George would have family and people in UK, right? Candace acts like she doesn't, have a family. She doesn't even talk about her extended family, her relatives, or anything like that. And only a cousin did an interview with another content creator. To which one day I guess we're gonna have to check it out. But yet and still, she doesn't. She only talks about this grandfather, and she barely even mentions. He's got family in the UK. Of course, they're loaded. They got money. They have what I call old money, right? Money being passed down from generation to generation. So why not move to the UK? She almost acts as if she's just completely un-American. The fact that she said she would rather be in Russia tells me everything I need to know. I don't think Candace was playing. It's like she just, I just hate my country. I hate the president. I hate the feds. I hate the media. I hate everybody here. That's what she is. But she's already been there. Charlie Kirk's death did not cause her to start hating the government and the executive branch. No. She was already there before then. And yet she wants to sit here now, rely on them to give some sort of update on her allegation of an assassination plot while she chills out in Dollywood. What looked like no armed security, because they would not have even let her take that picture. Like, you're not going to get close to anybody. You can't make this up. That's a good question. Candace, why don't you go back to the UK? How about that? She said, I would rather move to Russia and be Russian. That's what Candace Owens said in her own show. But she didn't say, I would rather just go back to the UK, at least where my husband has family ties. And we know we would have other people there, to be here with the kids, and they can, be more involved in the children's lives. She didn't say anything like that. She said she would rather be Russian and move to Russia. Oh, okay. Bye. She says things that makes no sense. That's a good question.
Assassins, including an Israeli. Both parties want you to believe they're working for the people, but let's be honest. Washington is bought and paid for. And again, this person provided concrete proof that they were well placed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion's 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Poussard's life is also at risk. Xavier Poussard he has been claiming Brigitte's a man for a long time, and he wrote a book on it. And she says, this is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware, but I have more specific information, which is definitively verifiable. Should they care to reach out?
You can't make this up. I know.
What y'all think about that? Put it on down in the comment section. Put it on down there. This is the letter right here that she's talking about. I'm not going to read it. She read a lot of it. Okay. I think she put it on Twitter. She wanted everybody to see it, but that does not prove anything. If you ain't showing us the proof, a video or something is a very good proof. You want to take that plate with you into the room, because I can hear the plate when you see that. I can hear it. Yeah, take that plate in there. It's in my video. I don't want to be hearing it. Okay. I'll see you in a minute when I'm finished. All right. All right. Love you. All right. The baby, y'all.
That baby is so adorable, y'all. She's so adorable. She just want to be underneath her grand aunt.
The baby.
That's right.
Y'all, I'm just telling you. Something ain't right about this.
I know, right?
Y'all can believe what you want to. But if you're so afraid of these people, why are you still talking?
Thank you.
Why are you still running? You're going to run somewhere else and hide and still talk about them. That's what they're going to do. Is that what they're going to do? And the husband ain't going to even stop. He's going to let it continue on and on and on. And they're going to keep on running. You got to leave your house. You got to leave different locations because you're still talking about the same damn thing. Okay. Do they have a thing with the lawsuit that
You
she
can't
got to
make this
stop
up.
talking about them like Cardi B? Huh? They don't. Well, maybe he need to get something. I don't know. But maybe because he's in another country, it's the French government. But come on now. Come on. Think about your kids. If you don't think about nobody else, think about your kids. Moving right along here. All right. Listen to this right here. I didn't even know this. I didn't even know it. Okay. I didn't even know.
On August 31, 2019, conservative commentator Candace Owens married British businessman George Farmer. The conservative advocacy group Turning Point USA announced them in December 2018. Owens.
No, you can't tell me George doesn't look sinister. In all these photos. Why is it's just and I've said this before. My discernment on this is just, something's off. They got married in 18 days. They already got 4 kids. He worked with Turning Point UK, and then he was the chairman. He was the chairman of TP UK. And then he just stopped. Why? Why? How does this add up? It's not like he's like working another job or anything. He does stuff, involving investments and stuff like that. So he could be still chairman of Turning Point UK. He could have stayed there. Why did he leave? Make that make sense to me. What was it, because she didn't like them at the time? And he just decided, okay, I guess I'll leave Turning Point since my wife's mad at him. He's so weird. Y'all look at his eyes. He's so weird and all. It's just off-putting.
Directed U.S. communications while Farmers worked in the UK. The political and advocacy interests joined them fast. Quickly falling in love, George Farmer proposed to Candace Owens via FaceTime 17 days after their first encounter on December 29, 2018. Their engagement proposal surprised many because they had never dated. Farmer called this supernatural rather than romantic. Under 48 hours, Owens and Farmer planned a small August 6, 2019 wedding. This small gathering allowed them to exchange vows privately. Family and friends attended their Charlottesville, Virginia, Trump Winery wedding on August 31, 2019. They wanted to share important moments.
Trump let her use his winery, and now she can't stand his guts, because of reasons. Candace, he could charge you for that. How did she pay for that venue? You can't make this up.
With loved ones and have privacy with this dual wedding. Subscribe to our channel, World Celebrity Island.
I think they got 4
18
kids.
days. Yep.
So she married him and didn't really know him. He married her, didn't know her. What was the reason? Can you follow?
Money.
Fall in love that quick. Can y'all fall in love that quick? Put it on down there. Maybe some people can. Maybe they can. I know somebody who married their husband in 2 weeks. Was together for a long time, but they ain't together no more. Okay, as they got older, they separated. They married young. They wasn't young when they got married. Candace and George. But do you think that's going to last?
Hey, Saint.
Put it on down in the comments. Say, he good? Good now. Keep on doing what she's doing. I think that man gonna get tired sooner or later. Sooner or later. He should be tired already. Like I said, he's gonna be tired running on the go because his mouth, her mouth, his wife's mouth that he cannot control and do anything about. Now, I'm not trying to say, because I know some of y'all gonna say it. She got a right to speak her mind. Okay.
Defamation and insinuating someone is in a part of some sort of criminal activity. It's not protected free speech. It's defamatory. Provable false statements made with malice and intent with a reckless disregard of the truth. That is the epitome of defamation. That is not protected free speech. It's not protected under the First Amendment. And Candace somehow thinks that other countries are supposed to adhere to our U.S. laws. Not how that works either. Just like with Australia banning her, they don't have to let her in their country. France, they're a sovereign nation as well. They don't owe Candace anything. Hey, somebody explain to me this 18-day thing. How you marry someone in 18 days? You can go ahead to be scratching his head on the throne like, wait, what? You can't make this up.
Then you speak your mind by yourself as a single woman. You're not putting my kids in a situation where they can be harmed. If anything happened to her kids, they may not want to take her out. Okay. They may just take her kids out or her husband because we want her to suffer for the rest of her life. You know, people love their kids now.
Oh, yeah.
But he's sitting back doing nothing but running. He can't control his wife's mouth. Okay, honey, it's all right to talk about them sometimes, but don't keep on harboring on the same damn thing. You're putting us in jeopardy. Do you love us? Do she love Charlie more than she does her family?
Yes. The answer is yes. She was more in love with Charlie Kirk than she gives off of even liking George Farmer. George, she may have just married you for your money, bro. Even though you still look weird and sinister to me. At some point, you're working everything behind the camera. You're going to have to tell her to shut up. Because that's what she said. The only two people that can tell me to shut up is George Farmer and Erica Kirk. No one else. Not even God. Candace, so God can't tell you to shut up? She didn't say God at all. You know, I have too much fear, respect for God to not name God first. You know, the only people that can tell me to shut up is God, then my kids, and possibly a court order or something like that. But with her, only George Farmer and Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk, a woman she continues to insinuate every time she wants to destroy Turning Point USA, where Erica Kirk is the CEO. But she didn't ever say God. I don't think Candace is a Christian. That's my opinion on that, and that's it.
She's trying to say Netanyahu, Israel, the French connection, Macron, and everybody had something to do with Charlie's death. He's saying that's why she's hounding on these people, y'all. So do she love Charlie more than she do her children?
Yes.
She may love him more than her husband, but do she love him more than her children? To put her children's life on the line. Because, you know, people are crazy. They don't just come after you, honey. They come after your whole entire family. It could be your mammy, your pappy, your sister, your brother, people that you love. But you're going to keep on talking and walking and talking about the same damn thing when they told you, all right now, all right, we're giving you a sign.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
Shut your damn mouth. Shut it up. Now, we don't know if that person is lying or not, okay? Saying that the Macrons is trying to kill. We don't know that. We don't, okay? Do she know this person real good just because he knows Macron?
First of all, the French government high-ranking employee, she never even said who they were, and she outs everyone else. She literally says, you know, I need this information so we can out this person. Just like she outed that donor because she was a Jewish donor, you know, on that Go Max video. But Candace didn't say anything else about this high-ranking French government official, employee, whatever. Employee, official, I don't care. But she doesn't trust governments. But you trust the word of some French government employee, high-ranking of that. Never said what their title is. Never said what agency, what ranking, nothing. No further information about that employee. Why? Why would you hide that? And you're putting out and doxing a hotel and trying to connect them to the assassination of Charlie Kirk with no evidence. But you won't say who the high-ranking French government employee is. Make that make sense?
Oh, real good. That still don't mean he's not a liar. It don't mean it. Now, I ain't covering for nobody. I'm not. Because I don't know if the man is trying to kill her or not. I have no idea. I just know he's sick and tired of her. That's why he's suing her. That is why. And he wants his money. So I don't think he's going to wipe her out right away. I don't think so. That's what made me think that person is lying. All right. How do we know that the person did get paid by Candace Owens? How do we know that? We don't know her character. We don't. We know about some of the things that she say, because sometimes the things that she do say is true. We know that much, okay? But go down in the comment section and tell me what you think. Is Candace going cuckoo? Is George Foreman a wuss? Take anything from his wife because she makes a whole lot of damn money. She got the #1 podcast.
She called him George Foreman. Oh, dear Lord. Y'all saw she corrected it. Oh, that was funny. Y'all catch that? Oh, no.
That she say, because sometimes the things that she do say is true. We know that much, okay?
Make it stop.
But go down in the comment section and tell me what you think. Is Candy gone cuckoo? Is George Foreman a wuss? Take anything from his wife? Because she makes a whole lot of damn money. She got the #1 podcast.
That was never proven. We literally researched that in real time. She did not. She had the most viewed, downloaded videos since she had been talking about Charlie Kirk. She was not #1. And she said she was #1 on Earth. No, Candace, you weren't. Because you would have to beat Joe Rogan. And you didn't. He was in the top 3. You weren't even there. You can't make this up.
#1. Doing it for the views. Making all the money. Making all that money. Is it worth putting your family's life on the line? Put it on down in the comment section, y'all. Is it? And she's going to be crying when something happened to her children. And he going to be crying and whining too. Unless he just don't care about the wife or the kids. Because I can't understand why he's sitting back taking it. I don't understand that, y'all. Put it on down in the comment section. With all that being said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And watch the next video coming up. Thank you.
Yeah. Yo, she is awesome. Give it up for sometimes you just need that grandma wisdom. You know, we just need it. You know, sometimes you just gotta have it. You gotta have it. This is, man, shout out to Sam Faye. Y'all make sure you guys check her out. Go support her. If I can get one of the did her channel get dropped in the chat? If it has, I want to make sure I tag it. Y'all, this is something else. And make sure you're hitting the like button here in this video. Because we pissing off all the cult members tonight. We're pissing them off. Sam Faye reacts. I think that's good to hear. Someone that has some wisdom in what she's saying. And it's just common sense, Candace. This is common sense. Logic and common sense. George, you're going to have to do something. You better grow a spine. I don't know if y'all seen the interview or the video, the one thing she's done with her husband on her show. But the entire time, he seems like he's kind of, for him to even say, I don't really know what personality or what version of my wife I'm going to get day by day. Like, that's weird. He can't even keep up with her personalities. So he probably is like, I don't want to say or do the wrong thing because she might snap off. George, you're a grown man with 4 kids. At some point, you're going to have to say, nope, not today. Not today, day. You and the devil are a liar. You're not going to keep doing this. Stop. Or else, you'll have to move back to the UK because I'm sure your family are going to be like, you know what? I knew that woman was going to ruin you. I knew she was only in this for the money. Y'all met and married in 18 days. You got 4 kids. She's trying to make sure anything ever happens, you have no choice but to pay child support. You can't make this up. There's no chance of you not paying her something to help make sure she's taken care of. It would be fine if he just said, you know what, just take me to court and let them calculate child support for me. Because Candace, you making money on your own, girl. You making money on your own. You got this channel and everything. So you wouldn't be able to go to court. If he ever came out of that. And say, oh, I need him to pay X amount of dollars a month in child support and alimony. I hope he got a prenup. If he doesn't have a prenup, he in trouble. He would still have to take care of it, especially if they're not together. You can imagine this man running back to the UK. He's like, I'm just moving back out. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this is her post. Oh God. This is her post. She put up about this whole 9/11 level attack. They have been sitting, she did this on the 27th, 2 days ago. When she should have been, this was Thanksgiving. Was this Thanksgiving? Yes, she posted this up on Thanksgiving Day. 9:48 p.m. And that's Eastern Standard because she's in Tennessee. Why was she not spending time with her kids and her husband? Who knows? But she took time on Thanksgiving Day to post up this bullshit right here. You're going to have to excuse my profanity for a minute. And it says here, they have been signaling. They who? Candace, who is they? Who are they? You're using pronouns, and you're not saying specifically who they are. You know, because DHS, the Department of Justice, the CIA probably would love to know who they are. Don't think this stuff goes unnoticed, you dingus. This is definitely going to be investigated. Look how you're using, you know, this terminology. These events that actually were horrible events. I don't care about the conspiracy theories around it. Let me be clear on it. I don't give a damn about any of the conspiracy theories around it. The fact that people lost their lives, men, women, and children lost their lives, is enough for me to say that that was a horrible event. I don't care about your dumb conspiracies around 9/11. Irrelevant. It is moot for the point that I'm making. I don't give two craps. It is the simple fact that people lost their lives. Children lost their lives. An entire daycare center was taken down. And she says here, they have been signaling, without specifying they, that a 9/11 style attack is coming the second week of December. Save this tweet, it will age well. Why? Why would she even want to use 9/11 as a reference point? I couldn't say anything like this. You think I could post something up like this? I know, right? Billy said, did social autopsy age well, Candace? The fact that she's still doing that to it, she's still doxing. She doesn't care that people are catching online death threats. She doesn't care that she posted up and outed her 3 attorneys' address, the law firm they work at. Because most people probably didn't remember seeing that in the lawsuit. It's something she made a point to bring out. Reading a letter, thinking she was proving a point when she wasn't. Candace, you don't even know when you're being trolled. And yet you use a reference like 9/11 style attack. Of what kind? If people are even taking her remotely serious, do you know what type of alert this sends over to the feds, to the FBI, to the Department of Homeland Security? Do you know what type of alert? This raises many eyebrows to use this type of reference in a comment. Whether you're joking or not, it's still a horrible reference to use. Because men, women, and children lost their lives on that day. People actually died. And they're not coming back. So why would you use that reference? She doesn't care about the backlash, the backlash. She doesn't care about the message she's relaying with this. There's so many other terms she could have used in the English dictionary to speak of some sort of momentous or grand or, awe-inspiring type of event. Why say 9/11? This is how she thinks. This is her mindset. And the candy asses don't care. Because, most of them are bots, don't have a soul anyway. Or they're brainwashed to the point where they think this is okay. This is fine. Are you kidding me? Many other words she could have used to describe, something being a high levels, momentous type of occasion. No. You go for 9/11, Candace. A 9/11 style attack. What the hell is wrong with you? She didn't even reference like a war or anything. Like American Revolutionary War level type of attack. Like, Civil War style attack. Would thousands more lost their lives in the Civil War? Any other event where people lost their lives? Nope. 9/11. What the F? This will not age well. This tweet will not age well. Because even if you take her 1% serious, you have at least 2 agencies that are going to look into this tweet and probably call her and ask her questions. And then that'll give her something else to talk about. You know, when she comes back on her show next week, hey, you guys, I got a call from the Department of Homeland Security. You know, they're questioning me about this tweet, even though Lady Luck Club said it was going to happen. But, you know, they're questioning about this tweet. Why are they doing it? She says things to get people's attention, to get them to react, to get them to respond. And then when they do, she takes that reaction, that response, and uses it as content for her channel. Because she's not able to come up with, you know, content on her own where she just does some research on events and things that are happening that may affect other lives, thousands of people's lives. No. 9/11. Watch how fast next week she talks about how somebody called her from the government. Because they can't let this slide. But she does this intentionally. Candace, that is how sinister your mind works. That you sit here and bring up an event that resulted in the loss of life. When you could have just said a grand attack is a grand event. Something mysterious. Anything else that would have still gave the same result. It would have proven a point. Nope. 9/11 style attack. The words that she's using, the terminology, it's always circumvented around some death. That's evil and dark. People lost their life. Period. She didn't have to say 9/11. Period. Any other word to mean, you know, anticipated, the most anticipated event. It didn't even have to talk about an attack. She didn't even have to say the word attack either. Why use this terminology? Of all the words in the English language, why even reference 9/11? You can't make this up. What's going on, Mr. B? How you doing? CC says she's very gleeful when she speaks about bad things happening to others. She is. She still has not came out and denounced Nicholas Ray's actions. This man is facing 12 counts in jail in Florida for sending online death threats to 3 different Jewish conservatives that she brought up and tried to insinuate was involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. They received death threats. A man was charged with 12 counts. This is where we are now. So it's convenient for the candy asses when they know it sounds bad, it looks bad. What I'm saying makes common sense, it's logic. She could have used any other terminology, but she used 9/11 attack. And it was unnecessary to say the most anticipated event happening second week of December. It would have had the same effect because who it's coming from. She never needed to say 9/11 style event or attack. She didn't have to say that, period. And now, come next week, like I said when I predicted her talking about the Egyptian planes again because she recycles her stupid conspiracy theories. Come next week, I guarantee you, someone from any of these agencies, just FBI, DHS, call her and ask her about this, and they're trying to get information because they're taking this serious. She's going to use that as content. Probably do a whole show about it because she's running out of material. Candace, why won't you talk about that motion to dismiss? Why don't you read that to your audience? You can't make this up. It was a stupid thing to say. This whole tweet was unnecessary. and ridiculous and absurd. If she was sitting here trying to joke about something, 9/11 style attack is not a joking matter. That's like laughing in the faces of everybody that lost a loved one from 9/11. And for what? Candace has no soul. You can't make this up. But no. I don't expect the candy asses to sit here and actually say, you know what? That was, yeah, she probably should have left that out and used another term. Because it's not needed to prove a point. No, of course they're not going to see it like that. And the bots, I expect bots to be bots because they're dumb. It's so crazy. This is just getting worse for her. Yeah, Love said, I'm telling you, I have a friend that's a pathological liar. She makes stuff up as she talks. The more you listen to her crazy stories, the bigger it gets. Yeah, at some point, Candace is going to lose the plot altogether. And when she's asked, even when she was asked about the stuff she's been saying by the CNN reporter, her name is Elle. I think a couple of people have asked who she was. Her name is Elle. Yeah, she's basically, she was like giving her word salad. Elle even asked, who are they? When you say they, who are you referring to? See, here's an example of this, Candace. What the CNN reporter was asking you, when you say they, who are you referring to? They who? Are you talking about Jewish people? Are you talking about the French? Are you talking about the Macrons? Are you talking about content creators? Are you talking about mainstream media? Or Trump? Or JD Vance? Or Turning Point USA? Who are they? This vague, ambiguous BS that she posts up is designed to do this because it gets all these views, it gets all of these comments, and it gives her more content to talk about because she's reactionary. She's just responding. She's not thinking of anything. She doesn't care about the effects. She just says stuff for a response. She's a complete narcissist. As long as she's getting a response out of you, whether it be negative or positive. In her mind, negative attention is better than no attention. This is how a pathological narcissist thinks. Cult leaders. They think just like Candace. Negative attention is better than no attention. And that's why she does this. Vague, ambiguous, non-specific nonsense, gibberish, bringing in horrific events, putting whole agencies on alert. And for what? Stupid stuff. Her base gets riled up. It's like throwing them red meat. They don't care. That's the mindset of a narcissist. You can't make this up. Every country around the globe is too busy with important things, not with internet female batshit crazy. The S-File says no one needs to get paid to talk about Candace. Her idiocy just makes people want to do it. No, right? I keep telling them that, if they want to send me $7,000, whatever. Who would tell that no? Who would tell them no? Because them and they, we, these general pronouns she keeps using. Can't make this up. Oh my God. Jenny said, LOL. Francisca said her tip line of delusion she never vets. Exactly. To the bushes with you, candy ass. If it's a prank on her, I'm gonna laugh. She'd be really easy to prank at this point. Yeah, Candace read a whole letter where she didn't even think this could be a prank. This could be somebody trolling me. I'm sitting here just outing my attorney's law firm. Bringing all this attention to my own attorney's law firm. Making their job a lot harder to do. And then the next day, it's like, they just don't want me to talk about it. No, her attorneys called her with the hell off. Helfer, do you know we got 8 floors in this building? What are you talking? You got employees that work here. Some of these people don't need to be put out there in the spotlight. What is the matter with you? Now we got all these weird people coming down here trying to look in the building. I'm sure her attorney said something like that. I'm sure they call her and say, "Are you out of your mind? You're crazy." I don't know why they won't just cut her as a client, because I wouldn't. You wouldn't put my family in danger. Kick rocks. I'd be like, "Bye, Felicia. Bye. You're gonna have to get you another attorney. We want to make it to our car without these candy asses asking us, are we DHS and CIA? No, we're attorneys. Went to law school. This is insane." Oh my God, y'all, this is something else. Tatum's doing well. I don't know. They pay attention. They pay a premium for black voices. Tatum's doing well. Oh Lord. Is that what she is? She has inside info. Interesting. See, what's going on with you. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Moose. How you doing? Everybody coming in. I appreciate y'all engaging in the chat. Limitless, what's going on? How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. You can't make this up. Yeah, she does. Unfortunately, it's the channels that produce nonsense that get the most views. Yeah, if you say that you agree with Candace, or you don't question her, you don't say anything negative about her, that video gets like 50,000 views. But if you say something where people have to think a little bit, and her audience, the cult and the bots, they don't like it, they come in, they'll leave all these weird ass comments, and then they try to challenge you to prove her wrong. I don't owe her nothing. My research is not to sit here and just try to prove something to a candy ass cult member. Don't diminish me down to that level. It's an insult to my intelligence. I'm not here to prove anything to a cult member that doesn't want to understand things for themselves. This stuff can be researched by anybody, by the way. I'm not showing some, level 1 top secret stuff. No, I'm just showing information from my research that I've obtained. I just have a great way of putting it together. You can't make this up. All right, y'all. Let's get to this last thing we want, because Candace's post is disturbing to everyone. And we're gonna end this out because we've been at this for 2 hours, you all. And the next live, I have a joint live I'm doing tomorrow with Information Man Show. We're gonna be talking about Umar. He's another cult leader. But this last one that I'm gonna show, of course, we got to get this in, y'all. We got to do it. We got to do it. And by the way, he gave me a heart on my comment. I can't believe it. Y'all, we got to give our proper shout out. Are y'all ready? Shout out to Ami. Shout out to Ami. We got to end it on some Ami, y'all. We got to end it on some laughter, because if not, everybody will be walking away with a headache. we had to get, we got to laugh at the end of the day. Sometimes you just got to laugh, okay? Ami is our medicine. It's just, great laughter. And he rocks Candace, like the mannerisms, the, voice, the vocals, just the head swinging. I love it. So shout out to Ami Kozak. Absolutely hilarious. Y'all, he posted this video 3 days ago, and I have been just crying to see this. I held out so that I can watch this with you all, because I can't watch Candace without you all now. I hope y'all know that. Oh, man. Lady Luck, how can I get paid to do this crap as well? Start a channel, get monetized. That's it. That's pretty much how that works. It's not even a mystery to that. Start a channel. You get like 1,000 views or something like that, or 1,000 subs and so many watch hours. Then they start monetizing. You can turn on the monetization. They only pay like 10 cents per 1,000 views. YouTube is cheap. They don't pay nothing. That's why I don't understand why people think we're balling out like that. No. Because I'm not pulling in 7 million views. So I don't know which one is it. Am I making a lot of money doing this, or am I not? I encourage all of you all to try this out. Try this out. See how well that goes. Because you'll find out the hard way, YouTube don't pay nothing. You got to have sponsors. You got to have the subs, the likes, the engagement, the views. You got to have all of that against this algorithm to start getting paid that type of money, to where, it's like, this is all I'm doing. No, I have a regular job. I don't understand why people think I'm rich and balling off of this. No, I'm not. I just work hard and I enjoy the banter with the Candaces. I do. I believe in telling the truth and just putting facts out there. And if it helps one person, my job is done. When I'm seeing comments saying, I had a bad day and I saw your video, girl, your laughter, your jokes, you're absolutely hilarious. I enjoy your information. I enjoy your content. I'm not for everybody. I know that. I have not been doing this for 5 years with 2 channels, by the way. If I didn't realize, I'm not going to be for everybody. Everybody's not going to always like my content or my style or my presentation. Some people hate it when I rewind it. Some people hate it when I have to kind of reiterate the same point or two. It's my channel. But when I see comments saying, thank you so much, I'm new to your channel, I'm a new sub. Shout out to all the new subs because the channel is growing. And I bless God for that. We're almost at 30,000 supporters here in the Lady Luck Club. That's not easy to do. So unless you're sitting here on some BS, if you're one of those people who, me, I'm going to go against the grain. But I don't care if, the bots and the candy asses like it or not. I don't care. I'm not here to convince them of anything. I understand what my purpose is in doing this. I do research and reporting. I'm an independent journalist. That's it. And I bless God for what I do have. Because, the Bible speaks of that. If God can trust you with the few, if you're faithful to 30,000 supporters, He'll make you rule over many. That's the scripture. If you're faithful over the few, He'll make you Lord and rule over many. If I do the right thing now, and I continue to do the right thing, and I let God guide me here, not bots. Bots and cult members don't guide this channel. God does. And wherever it leads me, that's where I go. And as long as I'm staying on that right path, I'd rather have God's favor and be blessed than to sit here and go viral and just get a bunch of money. But I'm still saying nothing. No one's being helped. No one's learning anything. No one's getting any information that is vital to them. Information that could help them. I talk about other topics here. I mean, there are playlists on my channel. You can just look at the videos. But in all that I'm bringing forth to the public, to you all, I want somebody to learn something from it. I want to be able to at least say that, we had a good laugh. And hopefully I've been a blessing to your day somehow. So if it was about the money, I would have stopped a long time ago. Like 4 years ago. I didn't. I have 2 channels. And I'm blessed God for that. It's a blessing. So, people take this lightly, but then when they start a channel themselves, then they realize, this ain't even really that easy like this. You have no idea how hard it can be to get to 1,000 subs, to even get to the point where you're monetized. But when you're in the thick of it, you start seeing, because you think you're supposed to go viral, and then you forget there are over 1 billion YouTube users. 1 billion people on YouTube. So you got to fight through all of that. This algorithm, all of that stuff. I don't see myself as having competition. None of that. We support here in the YouTube community, in the Lady Luck Club. People who come in, if you're a content creator and you have great content, I'm not going to sit here and perpetuate lies and nonsense to my platform. So I'm not going to sit here and put anybody forward that's sitting here willing to just tell lies and turn away from facts and evidence and what the truth is, that have at least the ability to disseminate a finding of fact, evidence, and the law. If you can't even do that and you sound like you tapped into some alternate reality, no, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not promoting that nonsense. I don't do that. But people find out the hard way when you do decide to stand aside and be different and you're not going with the mass. It's easier to just say, oh, I agree with Candace. She's always right. Blah, blah, blah. It's easier to do that for views. It's not so easy to do that. And my videos speak for themselves. So if you look at my views versus someone who does kiss Candace Owens' ass, you'll see a big difference. So even when I see the candy asses copying and pasting the same comment over again about I'm being paid, I'm jealous, this and the third, my views aren't even on that level for me to feel like I'm getting that type of attention. And compare me with one of those content creators that kiss her butt and worship the ground she walks on. Vast difference. So I just bless God for what I am able to share. Whether I get 1,000 views or not, I still put it out there. That's it. And my videos, you can look at it for yourself. Look at my analytics on my YouTube channel. It's available to the public. These are things I don't have to prove. Candy asses and the bots, they can just go to my analytics. And then if they see my views, then they'll be like, why are you talking about this? You don't even get views. So you see the comments in the it's either you're getting paid and you're doing this for views, or why are you doing this? You don't even get a lot of views. Look how many people in your chat and she gets hundreds of thousands. I'm not selling my soul for that nonsense. Can I get an amen to that? Whether I have 100 people watching or 1,000 people watching, doesn't matter. I'm going to tell the truth. Don't care. I'm not going to discredit. Exactly. She tells you have to discredit Candace. She tells herself. Exactly. I'm not going to do that. You can look at my videos and look at the views and see it's not about the views. Because if I wanted to get the views, I would just agree with Candace Owens. I refuse to do it. And then no bot or demon in hell or candy ass cult member is going to make me do it. Nope. Amen to that. What's going on, Uncle Mo? How you doing? What's going on, Doc? I said, amen. Her husband is a handler. I know, right? John 16:13. Amen, amen. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Y'all, we're ready to get some mommy in. Y'all ready? Limitless is the contradict. The bots contradict themselves. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. This the bots are gonna contradict themselves. The candy ass cult members, you can point them out in the lineup. They copy and paste the same comment over and over again, not just in my videos, anyone else's videos that speaks against Candace or criticize her or just debunks her. I'm just debunking her. She can kick rocks too because she keeps blaming the military for a whole death and can't even say which branch. Like, no, it's disrespectful. I don't owe Candace Owens a damn thing. Not one little thing. She doesn't pay my bills. She doesn't have to take care of me and my kids. I owe her nothing. She has no power over here in the Lady Luck Club. And neither do the cult members or the bots. If anything, they come in here and they boost up my engagement. But if they have a problem with my views, why turn around and ask me if I'm doing this for views? That's a stupid question. Y'all see how it makes no sense with that? Hypocrisy. I don't expect them to think rational or logical or use common sense. I don't. Or master the English language. I don't expect that. Limitless is asking me how they can get paid. Start a YouTube channel and see how hard it is. Probably won't be so hard for Limitless if you're going to sit here and kiss the feet of Candace Owens. If you want to worship her and idolize her like she's your God, go for it. I'm not doing it. We're not going into, we're not going into Candyland. Child, please. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You don't have to be here, Moose. Good day to you. Like that's what I'm saying. You don't have no power here. You don't dictate what I say. It's real hard. Thank you, Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo, you have like over 100,000. I mean, it's something else. So it's not easy. So let's go out there and find out. You don't have to ask me. Start a channel. You can start posting up videos for yourself. It may not be hard for Limitless. And, if you're going to kiss Candace Owens' ass, you'll get the views. Good luck to it. Yeah, okay. Keep floating. Yeah, good luck to that. You don't dictate what I talk about on my channel. What the hell? Oh, God. You can't make this stuff up. All right. I don't owe Candace anything. Call me what you want. I don't care. She doesn't have to like what I say. Neither do you. Go start your own channel and you can worship the ground she walks on. If Candace Owens is your God, good luck to that. She's not mine. That's it. Go start your own channel. You ask how you can do this. Go post up content on your channel. And as long as you rebel and embellish Candace Owens, you're going to get your views limitless. All right? I'll give you 6 months. You might be able to surpass me because, you worship the ground Candace Owens walks on. Go ahead. Bye. You can't make this up. All right, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat where you can see it and hear. Let's get to some army. Let's get to laughing.
All right, you guys. More hot tips coming in day by day. The plot thickens, and a crazy thing happened to me this morning. Very close call, actually, an attempt on my life. I was at a French bakery that I often eat at for breakfast, Les Maisons Isabelle, and I was eating a croissant, and I nearly choked. Just eating a croissant, minding my business, took a bite, tried to swallow, went down the wrong. And a crazy thing happened to me this morning. Very close call, actually, an attempt on my life. I was at a French bakery that I often eat at for breakfast, Les Maisons Isabelle, and I was eating a croissant, and I nearly choked. Just eating a croissant, minding my business, took a bite, tried to swallow, went down the wrong pipe. Thank God I just went, and it came out. When I coughed up the croissant and cleared my throat, I just sat there thinking, something doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. I don't know. Something doesn't feel right. And when I feel something, I know something. When I feel something, especially lodged in my throat, I know. I don't know, but I know. Clearly, there were some deep state actors in the French government, in the Macron government, in the French Legionnaires that were behind this attempt to take me out. And I'm not going to let a croissant, one that I was enjoying.
Your Honor, Exhibit A for the defense. Go ahead. She's going to take this to court and say, see, I told you all you was trying to kill me.
Were behind this attempt to take me out. And I'm not going to let a croissant, one that I was enjoying at the time, take the fall. And then, a few moments later, something very interesting happened. If you look up the address of this alleged bakery, you find that it's listed as 47 Saint Germain Street. Now, if you look back in history, if you look at it, there was a famous battle in World War II that we were all taught in our schools growing up, that it was shoved down our throat. The Battle of Saint Germain-sur-Seine in July 1944. And it's described as a significant engagement during the Normandy breakout involving the U.S. 90th Infantry Division and German forces. During this battle, American forces suffered heavy losses, but secured a key crossroads position, leading to a difficult advance toward the town of Perrières. It got me thinking, this croissant, this bakery, this thing I almost choked on, it's all military. It's all military. Later in the day for lunch, I had pasta, and I thought, are the Italians involved? I don't know. We'll see. But we all know the Italians, of course, have ties to the mafia, who are responsible for doing certain things to people. But of course, that's just how Hollywood portrays them, right? There's also Jewish mafia, because these movies were made by Jewish people in Hollywood to portray Italians as mobsters. But why not?
That's exactly what she was saying. It's just like, what does the apple have to do with the orange? How did we get here?
Of course, have ties to the mafia, who are responsible for doing certain things to people. But of course, that's just how Hollywood portrays them, right? There's also Jewish mafia because these movies were made by Jewish people in Hollywood to portray Italians as mobsters. But why not Jewish mobsters? Why leave that out? I just find it interesting. Of course, at this very same Italian restaurant, they served Italian sausage, which made me think of no one other than Brigitte Macron. Something doesn't feel right. Coincidence? Were they trying to tell me something?
Yeah, because of that tenacious D. You can't Candace just obsessed over that tenacious D, don't you, Candace?
Something doesn't feel right. Coincidence? Were they trying to tell me something? I looked at it. I thought, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Bottom line is, I will not be eating any breakfast for the next few months just to be safe. I was considering eating a bagel, but we all know who makes those. The Frankists, the Zionists. Not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Why would I even try to do that? We all know a bagel is even harder than a croissant, and the likelihood of choking is even higher. Not going to fall for it. Not going to fall for it. I will not be manipulated. I will not be pressured to eat anything that could cause me to choke. But I will say I am hungry. And for those of you who don't know, research has said that going long periods without food, especially breakfast, can cause one to hallucinate, be delusional, and imagine things are happening that aren't actually happening.
Yeah, you can't make this up. Yeah, I'm trying to breathe. Jesus. Oh, my stomach hurt. That's it. Oh, man, y'all flood the chat with Ami. Ami. Oh, Ami. Oh, we love you, buddy. Oh, Lord. Y'all, this video. Okay, what's in this croissant? It look like ice cream, y'all. You can't make this up. It's funny how the croissant actually looks like an ice cream cone. It's cream like ice cream in it. Is it me or does it look like the French president is trying to give the middle finger? He just didn't want to be obvious with it. Oh, that would have been epic. It was just a middle finger. Oh, God. Oh, God. Shout out to Ami. I appreciate. Oh, you guys, yeah, all of y'all tuning in. Oh, man, this was too funny. This was fun, man. Y'all listen. We go hard in on the candy asses and the bots. And I'm going to keep doing it. I don't care. Oh, but Candace, we're going to debunk your behind every time you say something dumb. We're going to do it. It just needs to be done. Child, you guys listen. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving this week. You know, the kids out of school and everything. You guys spend time with your family. Spend time with the kids. That's what I've been doing for the last 2 days. Yeah, with my kids. We're decorating the tree tomorrow. I do have a joint live stream with Information Man Show. I've already put up the post on that. So you guys make sure you tune in tomorrow. We'll be talking about Umar. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for tuning in. You know, we just tell the truth though. We ain't shame the devil because that's all we know how to do. You can't make this up. And then we end it with Ami because we love him. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Information Man Show, Lady Luck Club, Umar, and another cult leader that's already in jail. Umar, you halfway there, you clown. Thank y'all so much. And listen, until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Have a good night. Deuces.